My wash and go is literally from last Sunday. Day 8. Per.
I gotta say one.
Welcome back to another episode of Life with Welcome back to another episode of Chrisdia TV. I'm Chrisdia, and Chrisdia is me. And if you didn't know that, that means you're new. And if you're new, then you should go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Share this with your mom, your dad, your granny, your cat, your dog, and your rabbit. Or let them know how we go on this channel. It's TNT Tuesdays, you know? Here's my tea. And I have my tea to spill. Today's story is from Fear Thy Roommate. I don't even know how I'm about to tell this story because the storyline started in like 2021. It's 2024 and I vaguely remember. Hopefully I can remember. Skin looks so nice. It looks so hydrated and ready to be make-upped upon. I look so cute. So, for reference for this story, if you didn't know, I used to go to UAlbany, right? I graduated from high school in 2020. In June of 2020, when I got admitted to the school, and I obviously listed myself as someone who was going to be living on campus. I'm so excited. Well, I don't really remember what part of the story I was up to at this point, but the UAlbany 2024 page gave us this thing called Room Surf so that we could find roommates. And that's where I met Jadine. Me and Jadine were like a 73% match, which I was kind of scared. But, you know, we didn't really put our real personalities on there. Like, half my personality on the Room Surf was like, I like SpongeBob. So, yeah. So for 2020, fall of 2020, me and Jadine were roommates on campus. In December of 2020, I had surgery on my foot, so I did not go back to school for the spring. Jadine had the room to herself, and then she ended up hanging out with the rat, which I don't blame her because when you're missing a gal like me, like you just gotta start hanging out with the lower levels. At the time, the rat was cool, right? When I went to UAlbany in March for Mimi and Tori's birthday, that Sunday, me and Jadine actually ended up hanging out with the rat. And at that point, I knew I was coming back to school in fall of 2021, but I could not live on campus because it was like 10 bands. So they were like, if you want to go back to school, you need to live off campus. And so I thought me and Mimi, Tori, and Jadine, we was going to have like a house that we rent together off campus. But unfortunately, everybody's parents were just like, they weren't really jacking it. Up until like March, I thought me and Jadine were going to live together. And then her mom also said no. We was young at the time. I was barely 18. Jadine wasn't even 18. Mimi was 18. And Tori wasn't even 17. So I needed a new roommate because there was no way I was going to be able to live by myself. Back to when I went to UAlbany and I was at the rat's house on that Sunday. We ended up talking about the fact that she wanted to move out too because she had rented a bedroom in this house with a bunch of other people. Did you know that the rat, one of her roommates was a PCP addict? One time she was in the shower and he wanted to use the bathroom and he was banging on the door. I guess he just was impatient. He was banging on the door, and when she opened the door, he was standing outside with a knife in her face, bro. So then when she told us that story, I was like, yeah, that's a little questionable. I need to move. You need to move. We need to move. Let's do it. And at this point, we had like a lot of mutual friends, and I was developing a friendship with the rat for myself. I went back home to Long Island, and the rat, she kept doing like open houses. She was touring apartments, meeting landlords, that kind of thing, so that we could sign a lease. June, she landed on this one crib. Excuse me, that's the crib that we ended up living at, which I missed that apartment so much. It's the Trapiana. If you were there, then you know, but you just had to be there to know. And I couldn't move in until August, but you know, I still sent my security deposit, took that money out of my college savings to pay that security deposit because we did not want that apartment to go away. Like a good 3 or 4 weeks before I moved into the apartment, me, my mom, my dad, Sharissa, and Rachel, we all went to Albany to go look at the apartment. So we went to her job to go pick up the keys. And at this point, my mom and Rachel thought she was weird because of what follows. I don't really remember exactly what happened. All I remember is she told me that the landlord kept the main copy of the key, and he gave her a copy and told her to make another copy to give to me. What really turned out happening, the landlord gave her the original key and a copy, right? And she made a third copy herself. So he gave her the original key for herself and the copy to give to me. The girl gonna make an extra copy and give it to her man. I didn't know that we were splitting the rent 3 ways, because if I knew that, I would have kept the little extra money I was given every time. His name is not on the lease. One day I'm using the bathroom. There's nobody home. It's just me. I took a shower and I'm walking back to my room. Somebody opened the door and I knew it was not her because she had literally just left and told me she was going to work. The man, her boyfriend, gonna come walking down the hallway. And I'm just like, well, how did you get in here? And he's like, well, I had keys. The rat didn't tell you I had keys? And I was like, no. Where did he get keys from? She's gonna be like, oh yeah, there was a third copy and this and that. They're like, oh, okay. So now the truth is coming out. Oh, okay. First red flag. This was like the main reoccurring issue that we had. Before I moved in, she made sure to mention it to my mother, not to me, to my mother, that she's like OCD, clean freak, this and the third. She gotta do deep cleaning every Sunday, blah blah blah. Mind you, nobody asked her for this information. Nobody cared. Nobody asked her, but she just offered it up. So I'm expecting to see this girl pulling out her gloves and her Clorox. No, no, no. Why was I ever in the fridge looking for something? And in the fridge door, inside of the door, in the fridge, was her hair. I go to the bathroom on a different occasion. I'm cleaning the bathroom. It's a little dusty. And her hair is literally stuck to the wall. That's disgusting. I'm cleaning my room. At what point did she do her hair in my room? I don't know. Her hair is in my room. That was another issue that I had with her. It was just take your hair with you where you're going. Moving on. Moving along. I thought she was weird for this situation. In 2021, she ended up having this beef with this girl that me and JD knew. We're gonna call the girl Cocaine Bear because that's all she did was cocaine. I don't remember what the beef was. I think her and the girl were supposed to be building their own friendship, but every time she would have a function at the crib, she never invited the girl. At her crib, this is when she used to live with the PCP guy. She started like talking crap, sugar honey iced tea about her. Then she catch the girl on Hudson. Hudson is like the frat row of our school. She catch her on Hudson while she's going out with Jadine. She walked up to her. She said, "Oh, I heard you want to fight. I heard you want to fight." And at this point, I still was jacking the rat as my friend, and so was Jadine. And the rat is really like 4'11". She's really like 90 pounds. And the cocaine bear, she's not that big, but the cocaine bear is definitely like 5'5", 5'6". So Jadine is like, "Oh, you want to fight? Fight like you want to fight somebody? Fight me? Like why you want to fight her? She's mad small." Well, the cocaine bear wasn't hearing it because the cocaine bear dragged her outside and beat the crap out of her and pulled some hair out her head. I'm all the way in Long Island at Whole Foods with my mom buying some groceries. And I'm like, I'm coming to Albany tomorrow. I'm coming to Albany tomorrow to see the cocaine bear. JD ready to go toe to toe with the cocaine bear and everything. Over a girl who literally ended up being the weirdest person that I've ever met. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt. Should I have? No. Did I move in with her? Yeah. Whole clip that cut out was that background information. And then everything after this that I say, yeah. Please enjoy the rest of the video. I literally love chopping it up with y'all. But y'all really my girls. Like, so anyways, so the whole cocaine bear situation happened, and I was really, even Jadine, like, was ready to, like, throw down with a whole nother female that we had no personal issues with to, like, defend that girl. But once Jadine went and to go back the little rat up, the cocaine bear, she bombastically started beefing with Jadine and being racist to her, calling her all kinds of this and all kinds of that. Cocaine bear, she lucky she didn't find me because I don't need cocaine to be a bear, sweetie. Especially not about my friends. On to when I started to realize that this lady was weird. When our lease was coming to an end in May of 2022, me and Jadine was already like looking for apartments to move into together because it was finally our time to do that, right? I was telling her, like, just so you know, I will not be renewing my lease with you. My plan is to move out and live with Jadine. That worked for her because there was this girl at her job that that girl wanted to move out of her house, out of her family house, and she wanted to move in with the rat. So the rat didn't really want to stay at the apartment either. She wanted to find another crib. So that ended up working out perfectly for me and Jadine because literally we couldn't really find anywhere that was just as optimal as the current apartment There was really no tension around the fact that we weren't even going to be living together anymore. Like, I feel like everybody was on the same page. Now, I was really hoping that she would take her hair with her. When me and Jadine, and I skipped a couple things. I'm gonna go back to it, but I just had to make this little joke because the hair part, it really did. The hair situation just always be taking me out because I'm like, girl. And then she used to drink like these milk teas, saying that they used to help her with the hair loss and all of that. The milk tea must not be in the room with us because the hair was still a hot mess. She did not take her hair with her. Unfortunately, me and Jadine was cleaning out the fridge so that we could have a fresh start in the apartment, and we literally like going through mad strands of her hair, like in the fridge, in the freezer, in the bathroom, in the carpet. Like, Jadine ended up moving into her old room. In her old room, like everywhere you looked, that girl just left a little piece of DNA. And I'm like, well, I hope she never commit a crime because they're gonna find her. You know how they're gonna find her? That little the Malaysian tresses in her head, they gonna get her caught up. I spoke to my landlord because I became like the lead tenant in the house because I originally lived there and somebody else was moving in. So I was speaking to my landlord, telling him that I'm interested in renewing my lease with a different person, just on the 3rd. Aideen was supposed to move in May 31st. She was supposed to have all her stuff out the morning of May 31st. May 31st, Jadine can't really do anything and she had to go stay at her boyfriend's house with all her stuff because the girl is still here. Me and Jadine ended up going to a Gunna concert on May 31st, right? And she was still moving out her stuff when we had left for the concert. And mind you, I had contributed a lot to the house, like kitchen utensils, literally all the way down to like mittens and like the cloths that you use in the kitchen, bro, the little decorative cloths. We knew it was mine because she didn't have no taste like me. Like, I had this marble print, like, and I had pots, I had knives, forks, all of that. I think the only thing the girl didn't go get is the stuff that was in my room because we came back from the Gunna concert, and boy oh boy, the house was empty. So that was great because Jadine could start moving her stuff, her bed and everything. The house was empty, like empty. Like, I had no pots, no pans, not even a fork, not even a plate. When I was moving into the apartment, my parents bought me to Walmart to get those little plate sets that they sell at Walmart. Wasn't nothing in that house. I'm pretty sure me and Jadine was trying to eat something and we couldn't even consume food because there was nothing in the house. Like, the girl collected everything that I contributed and she just left. She left the house so bombastically dirty. She had all of this garbage furniture that she was collecting from anybody who was treating her like a Salvation Army donation. She gonna collect this couch, this red couch that they had from 1999. She collecting all sorts of trash from everyone. Then she collected this dirty, disgusting brown couch that somebody gave her. Ew. With this dirty microwave table that she got, and a bombastic throw blanket that she had the nerve to put over the red couch. Oh, it was just a hot mess. I just contributed to the decor of my room. I just made my room my safe space, and I just let her do whatever she was doing with that house because the decorations in the living room were a hot mess. I remember Rachel came up there and she like, and I was grateful that she collected her garbage couches, but she left her actual garbage. Like, she had this clear organizer thing. They must have told her that it was garbage day when we came home because she did not vacuum nothing. Even the room that Jadine was moving into, which was her old room, she just left it bombastically dirty on the floor. And that had already rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, girl, if you were moving out and you were giving the house back to the landlord, I'm pretty sure you know for a fact he would not accept it from you like that. And then I made sure I told her, I was like, and run me my dishes. Like, girl, you didn't leave me no dishes. And at this point, I wasn't even being rude about the whole thing. I was just like, yeah, I want my dishes back, obviously, like any human being would. If they paid for their stuff and they came home and their stuff was gone, I'm pretty sure they would want it back. She wasn't rude about it either. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. My boyfriend was the one packing up the kitchen, and he just grabbed everything and he shoved it in a box and he left. In my head, I'm like, so when you got to your new house and you saw that you had a whole bunch of stuff that you never spent your hard-earned money on, because, but bro, literally, before I went to move into that apartment, my mom purposely took me to buy kitchen utensils, cooking spoons, tongs, knives, all of that stuff. and there was literally nothing left in the drawer, but she had the nerve to leave some of her trash that she know nobody want. Y'all, this girl, and I think it's because she lost her godforsaken mind. This girl gonna bring over this big old box like it was Christmas Day. Here, I bought you your stuff back. The girl went and she rationed out my kitchen tools, my cutlery, my Tupperware, my plates. Didn't bring back a pot, none of that. Because we did not open up the box in front of her. She dropped off the box. The landlord did not give the rat her security deposit back. He just kept the security deposit as Jadine's security deposit, and he told Jadine to just give the rat the money that she has in her hand. He knew that we were all friends, so that was understandable. He was like, just do the exchange and I'll just count her old security deposit as your new security deposit. He said this too. If the girl was not coming over there to get her check, there's no way she would have actually came and played in my face like that. Because she really, like real life, she bought one fork, one spoon, one knife, one bowl, one plate. My mom bought the bathroom decor, like the soap holder, the soap dispenser, the toothbrush holder. She took all of that with her too. I'm like, girl, like what? So she bought back all of the bathroom stuff with her. And I was like, okay, that's fine. We just feel disrespected, kind of. Like, we feel like she kind of tried to play us a little bit and we didn't like that. And we was trying to do a little business with her, right? There's only a small variety of businesses that you could be participating in with somebody on campus. So if you don't know what kind of business I'm talking about, you don't need to know what kind of business I'm talking about. And real businesswomen know when you send that money, you deliver the product. Like, I'm not sending you my money and then you gonna bring me by the stuff tomorrow. What are you talking about? Like, when we sent her the bread, she all like, sure, I just got home. Let me know, like, drop your load and I'ma bring y'all stuff. She not responding after Jadine just done sent her the money. So I'm like, text her again. He's still not even double texting her on no disrespect. Like, we were just literally texting her like, hey, did you see? She was like, hey, did you see that I sent the money? The girl gonna be like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm still at work. I just got off of work. We'll have to drop it off like when I get like tomorrow, when I get home. No, when I get home tomorrow, the latest. The hell? Dean is like, well, I sent you the money, and if you're not gonna bring me what I asked for, then you can send the money back. She's like, oh, I don't understand the way that you're talking to me. I don't appreciate your tone. I was like, oh, okay. I took the phone. I was like, no. Now we're not chopping it up like friends anymore. We're two people who were in a business transaction and the business transaction is going south, so I'm going to correct you. You need to send that money back right now, or you need to come and do the drop off, or we're gonna have an issue. Like, oh, I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me. I thought we were friends. That's not how friends talk to each other. And I was like, yeah, well, friends don't steal from each other either, but I have no pots and pans, so I guess that just goes to prove that we was never friends. So she sent the money back and she was like, if you're going to disrespect me, if you're going to talk like that, I don't want your money anyways. And I was like, great, send it back. Thank you. The landlord comes over, right? So Jadine can sign the lease herself. And this is the part that really took me out. This is the part that really made me mad. And this is the part that made me call her a roommate from hell, because she's a thief. She's a rat and she's a thief and a baldy. So my landlord ended up telling me, he was like, oh, he told us, he was like, oh, Jadine, if you have a boyfriend, like, any issues you guys have in the house, like, if he's a handyman and he can take care of it, I'll just go ahead and I'll just deduct the price of his services and of the fixing off of your rent. He said this is an agreement that he had with the rat all along, because her boyfriend was like a handyman. So her boyfriend, he cleaned the ceiling fan, he changed the light bulbs, that kind of stuff. Every time he did that, our landlord took it off of our rent. Now, this is something that I was never made aware of. So every month, whether we had something fixed in the house or not, I was handing over my complete half of the rent and she would go and drop it off. Now, I'm gonna just tell you, I don't live there anymore, so I'm gonna just tell you, the rent was $900, $450 each. If he cleaned the ceiling fan and the landlord took like $100 off of that service, that means the rent went down to $800 for that month. I gave up $450, and that left that girl only $350 to put in for herself. She didn't give up that $100. I did. Never. So I'm handing over my money every month like a good tenant, and she just collecting her bills. And I was like, oh, really, Mr. Landlord? Well, she never told me that. He was like, whoa. I definitely took some money off of the rent a couple times over the last year. I was so angry. I was so angry. And she had left this little garbage table, her little garbage microwave table, right? First plan that I had is I was gonna go downstairs because she used to work at the restaurant beneath us. I was gonna go downstairs with the table and drop it off in the middle of the restaurant and press her. Mom was like, oh, like you're 18 now. Like if something goes wrong, you can get arrested. Like I was really ready to go over there and spit on that girl. Like I was so mad. I was so mad. Now I want to talk. I'm like, girl, you don't understand what it's like to literally have somebody be in your presence and you cannot do anything about the weird stuff that they did to you. Like mom was like, yeah, I understand, but you need to remember, like, that you have a future and you have this, that, and third. So that's when we came up with the second plan to go bring over the stuff at her house, the table to her house. It was less violent, right? We never ended up doing that, but obviously she still used to work in the area, so me and Jadine would see her, like when we're walking from the bus stop, like we walk straight towards the restaurant and you could see straight through the window. And sometimes they had outdoor dining and she'd be out there like serving the customers. We walking up and the girl literally, she damn near would drop the pitcher of water on the customer's head to run back inside the restaurant so she did not come in contact with us and never blinked in our direction, nothing. One time me and Jadine walking past the window, we straight like looking. She got nothing to say, nothing to do. She just looking. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Me and Jaden walked to Market 32, and that hurt. There's a group of girls walking towards us, and I'm literally whispering to Jaden. I'm like, I'm bugging, or that's a rat. And I made a joke. I was like, ooh, I smell a rat. The girls didn't even blink. They literally almost walked into the street so that they didn't walk next to me and Jaden, because they knew what was up. Like I respected what my mom said about going to jail and all of that, but no shade. If that girl really wanted to tussle, like I really would have tussled with her. Like I don't care. They didn't say anything. They just literally continued their chitter chatter. We're walking back from Market 32, me and Jaden, completely unbothered, completely unfazed, because yeah, move off the sidewalk and let the real baddies through. Walk in the street. Walk by the trash, just like you are. Now I didn't hear this. And I really wish I did, because it would have given me a strong, good reason to walk up to that girl and clock her in that bald-headed head of hers. But look at this. This is what Jadine heard when we was walking up there, right? I heard them giggling and stuff, but they didn't say nothing to me or to her. So they wasn't talking nothing. We walking up there. Apparently, the rat gonna be like, are you mad? Are you mad? Now, I really just wish I got the opportunity, the chance. I would have showed her. I would have gave her a reason to wish that she had the cocaine bear to beat her up again. And I'm really not confrontational. I'm really not even the girl to be like that for real. But don't play with me. So maybe it's Jesus Christ himself that didn't let me hear her say that, because I promise you, the curry house owner, he would have been bombastically taken aback when she got a side of my foot shoved so far down her throat with that tikka masala. I'm a pretty girl now. Pretty girls don't fight. Pretty girls call the cops. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, why is this girl talking about, am I mad? She was like, girl, remember what I told you? You can go to jail. They're going to take you to jail. Got me all riled up again. Anyways, I seen her friends in the street. They could barely, most of her friends started working at the restaurant down there too. They could barely blink in me and Jadine's direction. Anyways, we ended up moving out of the apartment, obviously. Never really ran into that girl again. Never really had no qualms with that girl again. Because again, like I said, every time we saw her, it was giving silent. And I know she's scary, because why is it that you right under my house? Like, you right under my house. Like, if you really had something to say, you could have knocked on the door. You could have called me when I was walking outside. You could have did anything. You could have called Jadine. You could have did anything. But you wait till you with your big back friends ready to go ahead and be like, am I mad? Are you mad? And I just think it's horrendous that I was really going to go out of my way and do anything to anybody for that girl. Like, are you dumb? If I had gotten in trouble, if I had gotten expelled, just for her to turn out to be a rat and a stealer, that's really God. He works in mysterious ways. Me and the cocaine bear would have had to have a one-on-one. And me going to jail for a rat is crazy. The main things that really pissed me off with her is that she was dirty as hell. She stole my pots and my pans. And she stole my money. One thing about me, I'm gonna blush real hard. This is what my face look like. The story's done too. About when a little rat tried to play with me and my friend. I know some people, like, their roommate from health stories are like the people almost tried to kill them and this and the third. Let me tell you, living in a house with someone whose hair ends up in the freezer. Only reason I didn't pass out in that house with the lack of cleanliness was because of Jesus Christ himself. I'm not the hygiene police. This makeup looks so cute. This water's so good. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my TNT Tuesdays this week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share with your mom, your dad, your granny, nanny, your cat, your dog, and your rabbit. Road to 200K, okay? No. I mean, 200K. Matter of fact, road to 200K. By the end of the month, I'd like to reach 200 subscribers. So please tell a friend to tell a friend. Let them know that we be here chatting it up, spilling all the tea, and sharing all the shade. I'm gonna see y'all at the end of the week for a next one.